It's like, if Wrestler just stands on one of the platforms, Fighter cannot hit him.
That's a good
Like,
point.
Well,
It's
Wrestler,
not possible. You can jump
Fighter,
5B, but that's literally reactable, and then like Wrestler can just go down, wait until you come down, then go back up. Like,
well, Fighter
can't
could do the forbidden proximity move, but Bim doesn't like that.
I mean, that's also
Like,
not that
look.
threatening if you're on a platform. Oh, I like
Yeah,
the
it's
jab there to
not.
punish that.
Look,
I'm
I
just not moving fast enough there for a moment.
so look at combo that move into itself. I don't underestimate that.
No, you can get like 2, and then if they DI badly, you can get like 2 into a DP. But like, bruh.
I also really like the way BIM
Also
has been
required
mixing up,
that
like
DI.
Vulcan jab and then the weak and normal fireballs.
Yeah.
It's very hard to deal with. Also, their DPs have gotten so good. And I
Yeah,
like
look how
Tatsu there as
Bim
well.
is using DP. Bim is using DP to like keep Doug in the corner. That's crazy.
And that is game 1 for BIM.
Yeah, BIM used to not use that move. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a bad anti-air. And like, while it's true that, you know, it's maybe not as big as jab or as fast as, you know, or it's not as big as dropkick or as fast as jab, it still does 45 damage and can
Yeah.
potentially lead to combos like ceiling bounce.
And also, it's like
So-
safe if they're not already on a platform. Also one
Also,
of you is
Wrestler
echoing
can't
me a
really
little bit. Just
contest.
like make sure your mic isn't next to the speaker or something.
I have headphones, but it might be me,
Okay.
so I'll lower the volume a little bit.
Okay, it should be fine. It's gone now. All right, so
Yeah,
game
so-
2, Wrestler Fighter still.
Over to greens here.
Oh,
I
one
wonder
of you
if
has the
that's-
stream playing because I'm hearing it like delayed.
This I don't have the stream playing.
I don't know.
I do not
Maybe
have
the
stream
internet
mode.
is just doing weird things.
Yeah, gonna take it over to greens here from Doug, and we do know this is one of the stages he's more comfortable on. You know, just in general, we play here, you know, for 5 to 20 games. You know,
Yep,
multiple
anywhere in
times a
that
week.
range.
So
I think this is a logical place to go because I assume Butter and Springy were banned, and you don't want to take Fighter to a flat stage. As
Yeah,
Also,
I think it makes
taking-
sense.
also taking BIM to factory is a bad idea because if you do that, they're just gonna go Meta Knight. So
Also that,
Also-
yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh, and a huge combo from Doug.
yeah. That was like a
That was
almost
one extended string, and Bim's almost
That was
dead. They might die right
one
here.
advantage state. Yeah.
And that's a crazy grab from Doug. That'll do it.
I
A
can't
very
not
fast
say that
game
was-
2.
That's crazy.
That's Wrestler for you. There he
Yeah.
is, doing his thing.
Wrestling.
Doug just did everything
Yeah, but-
right in a row, and sometimes that happens. You win a game.
After seeing those side grabs, maybe we shouldn't add suplex to this game. Like,
How would Suplex be different than Wrestler?
well, suplex has like imagine, you know, Wrestler 6-6B, but like you could just jump and do it from anywhere in your jump.
That is true. I do remember that. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe not.
So like, okay.
yeah.
So
That-
I would still be able to shine it regardless, but that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
Very, yeah.
It would have to do a lot less damage. He would have to not be able to kill you like that, which would kind of defeat the point of Suplex. So, like,
But that's like all
'cause my
suplex.
first
could
experience
do.
with Suplex in Kirby was fucking throwing that mole boss around in Amazing Mirror. And that was fun. It wouldn't make sense if that just, like, didn't hurt that much.
Well, to be fair,
Ooh,
It
Doug having some
doesn't
trouble with the jab
get a,
matchup again.
oh, we actually did end up on factory this time.
oh yeah.
No Meta
And,
Knight.
His Bim's
no
counterpick,
Meta
too.
Knight. Well, to
Yeah.
be fair, I like I
Ooh,
get
yeah.
it. Ugh, that's gonna hurt. You just gotta get away.
Okay, good landing drop kick there.
Vulcan jab is a move.
It
I think that was
certainly
frame
is.
6,
It is
combos
frame
into
6
all
and it
your
is
other moves.
massive.
It's huge. Like,
I
it
thought
literally
Bim was
has a
gonna
bigger
command
hitbox.
grab there, but no, goes for the fireballs. It works out. Heavy Tatsu's gonna kill. Wow.
That's fantastic.
Bim
Bruh.
goes up 2-1.
That's one of my favorite endings of all time. I no
Heavy
idea what
Tatsu's a
just
good one.
Yeah, Bim's been getting a lot better at using Heavy Tatsu lately. Just as a whiff punishing tool.
It's a good move.
It's not a good move.
It's
but
not a
it
good
has
move in
its
neutral,
moments.
but it has a lot more uses than I think people had initially thought. Bim did a lot of it for a long time, and then was like, hey, I'm getting punished for this sometimes. I will stop. And I think now they've settled into a good mix of, like, this is pretty good. I don't want to overuse it, but this is actually pretty good.
Yeah. This is solid.
Still boggles my mind that Fighter has a 6-6B that puts you in a crouch state for some reason. Like that's not
That's
a
true, isn't it? Huh.
And as a
Oh,
Meta
really?
Knight player,
Butter.
I think that's offensive. Butter.
So I
ooh.
think that means Bim banned Gardens this time, because that, of course, went the way it did.
Yeah, it's not pretty. I think obviously Butter a very solid wrestler stage, but nothing that Fighter
went to the wrong
can't.
side. Yeah, I think this is a very
Just-
neutral stage for Fighter. I think
yeah.
it's like, it makes sense as a counterpick for Wrestler. Obviously, it's a good stage for him, but like, I don't see it as being a hard counterpick. I think only Springy really gives you that level of like advantage in this matchup. Oh, I bet that one was supposed to be a light one.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Interesting that Shoryu can actually like exactly puts you on the top platform on the stage.
And Bim kind of
Yeah,
losing
this is
it
a very
right now.
good stage for Fighter for that reason.
Just having
Yeah,
a
you
lot of trouble
cannot
avoiding
roll
these
it.
dash grabs.
Yeah, you kind of have to punish that move as wrestlers fall.
Oh,
Lag on it.
are we here?
Are we gaming?
This game's been
Ish.
totally fine, and now it decided not to be. All right, let's try again.
Lag test? Incoming lag test?
I mean, these are the two players that I feel like detect lag the easiest, so I would not be surprised.
I feel like somewhere somebody has like a TV, like just in their living room, and it has like 2 milliseconds of input delay, and Doug is just gonna like wake up in a cold sweat at 3 a.m.
It's like the Spidey sense, but it's Alexa.
Yeah, it's like just as soon as that person who like has that 1 frame of input delay on their TV like turns on a fighting game to play with their roommate, like Doug's just gonna be like, wait a minute, like, I have something I must do.
Yeah, but that sounds so useful though. Imagine just go into like a real life tournament, checking the setups. Like, yeah, this one has lag. This one has lag.
There was a guy back when I lived in Georgia. There was a dude who did that. Like, he would complain so fucking much about like almost every setup. It was so funny.
At that point, I wonder if
I
he
just want
was
to double check
just.
if we're just gonna keep going.
They could do it off stream, but we wouldn't have a match to stream otherwise.
Yeah, we wouldn't have anything to talk about.
Yeah, well, we'd have plenty to talk about, but we wouldn't have, wrestler versus fighter
Okay, they're gonna replay it.
in front of our great.
Okay. So starting.
So still
it
2-1.
was-
Bim on top will replay it on Butter. Because that game was mostly fine. There was like one little lag spike, and then we just froze for 5 seconds. So
Yeah, Nintendo and its
if it keeps
internet.
happening, we'll send them off stream and hope that works out.
Which reminds me, did y'all see that apparently the new Smash patch that tried to fix Wii Fit apparently added more lag to the online?
I
Are
heard
you
that from
serious?
all my Wi-Fi friends. Yeah, like all
That's
the people
what
I know
I've
who are
heard
like,
on Twitter.
constantly playing Wi-Fi on Twitter are like, yeah. Does anyone else feel like the new patch just makes things bad? Like,
No, and the worst part is the Wii Fits actually found a way around the fix that they were supposed
oh
to
yeah,
have.
something that's always been in the game.
So it's like what they really did was just a patch to make online bad.
Well, if there's one thing we know about Nintendo, it's that they do not want us playing their fighting games.
This is true. That is on brand for them.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten shut down, honestly.
They only want us playing ARMS. That's the only game you're allowed to play.
Yeah. It's ARMS and potentially Splatoon sometimes.
That's not a
Unless
fighting
you
game
see-
though. I mean for fighting games.
Honestly, with the amount that like this call like talks about KF2, honestly, like with the amount that you stream, Lucy, and the amount that the two of us tweet, like I'm surprised we haven't just gotten fucking C&D'd by now.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe Hal.
Yeah,
maybe
stop
Hal's like,
playing our
yeah.
fighting game. It's not supposed to be played. You're supposed to play through the story mode and then look at it nicely.
God, Arms is such a depressing tale because like the character designs are so sick. The
I
gameplay
know,
is
right?
so
You play
not.
it and it's fucking arms. And it's like, ugh. It's so close to being good too. Like, it has a lot of elements of a really good fighting
It
game,
has rollback.
and
Yeah,
then nothing
like-
happens.
like imagine if it everything was the same except for the fact that it was like even an arena fight, like a regular arena fighter, but like I would take a 2D fighter Arms any day.
oh god, like even if it just what it was, but it had more moves.
I would
don't-
not play.
I don't even
2D
have a
fighter
problem
arms.
with the gameplay of it so much as just like nothing happens. There's not enough moves.
2D fighter arms doesn't even sound fun.
To the
like-
point where in this game we have less moves than any other fighting game I've played, and it still has twice as many as arms on most characters.
Actually, yeah, 2D fighters
2D
Arms. I
fighter
just
arms
remembered
is
Min
just
Min on.
Street Fighter with 8 fucking Dhalsims. I don't want that.
Actually, yeah, I
Yes.
just remembered Min Min and Smash, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I take
Do
that
you want
back.
an
I
entire
take it
game
all
that is Min Min against Dhalsim in a Street Fighter engine?
I
And
think
then
some
one of them
Dawson
has witch
players-
time and one of them has a double jump. Like, I don't think that sounds like a good time. Alright, so we're back on Bubbly Clouds. This is where BIM won game 1. Doug has been playing much better since then. BIM was able to come back and take one of those games in between, though.
Yep.
Oh, I love that
And
air
the,
puff there.
Tough there, yeah.
Oh, power
Air
shot.
Puff is criminally underrated.
And I think more and more people are starting to understand why it's so good, and not just like, you know, use it once in a while, but use it in specific setups.
Yeah, like it's a
Up- up
transcendent
grabs, yeah.
projectile. Like it has to be, you know, at least decent.
So
Transcendent
Doug's
projectile,
been going
no
for that
landing
as
lag.
a air dodge read recently. It doesn't always hit air dodges, but like, it's surprisingly
Well, it
not
does
as
do
laggy
damage.
as you'd expect, and obviously it does like 40 something if it hits. So, and like
Doug's
sets up into air
successfully
throw. It doesn't
SDI.
guarantee it, but it does set up into it.
Yeah,
Good power shot
do
of them to
that.
get out of there, but they are in some trouble here. Down by 150 health.
I'm expecting BIM to get used to the fact that Doug is just blocking the 6-6B and start going for the tick grab setup because you can't tick grab.
Yeah, I
from
think
the-
the soft Tatsu tick grab would be an important thing to get here. But Doug is also fairly decent at timing, you know, grabs out of that, because I don't think it's true.
It's not. At that
Ooh,
point,
good
it's
drop
a
kick,
mix
yeah.
up. It's like you have to either hold shield and hope they you know don't command grab you.
The
or let
dropkick
go of
hitbox lasts so long.
And you can also
no,
drop
it's not
down
good
with it
forever.
if you go off a platform like that. So,
When the forward air becomes a downer, as they would say.
oh, I think Phone beat Xander. Phone is in winners finals.
Yo, phone and winner final. That's crazy.
And he said before the tournament, quote, "I don't want to enter because I'm gonna fuck up my chances at PR."
no, that's what
That's
happened
really
last.
funny, because he previously had no chance at PR, and now he might have a chance at PR.
Because you know you guys didn't have enough trouble.
He has
before,
beaten
right?
Celica, Doug, and Xander already today. If he wins this
Yeah.
tournament, I think he's like probably sneaks into the PR.
Yeah. No, Colgate
Unless,
literally like I
What
have.
if Kyo
I
beats Xander and Doug as well, and then he can't really jump Kyo?
I will never stop saying I do not envy what you guys are doing.
Like last season, it wasn't even that hard. We were done in like an hour.
Last season,
Like,
there were
this
like,
season,
you know, 2 or 3 spots, like 2 or 3
Yeah.
pairs that were hard to debate who was above who. This season, it's like, we know who 1 through 5 are. The order will be a little difficult.
Yeah.
We know who
then
6,
there's-
7,
We have,
8
like-
are,
we
but
have,
then we have
like,
to
3
weigh
tiers.
how much does Nuggets count for not showing up much but being very good. And that's against the 2 of us. I don't think there's any way either of us moves up or down from that tier. But then you've got like this giant
Hell
tier of like 8 and below, and like you've got some people who are definitely on it, but the order of everyone is going to be a nightmare. Like you have some people who are on it for sure. There's no question that Musiko makes it. There's no question Zet makes it. There's no question BIM makes it. Anyone else we like don't really know.
Yeah, like real talk.
And we
it was
also
actually,
don't
like-
know the order of those people other than that Musiko's probably at the top of the group.
Yeah, like well at that point Musico is just like better than me. Like
Yeah, no, I think Musico is in.
Musico
Y'all's
might
tier.
move up to
I
our
don't
tier
think
now, yeah.
he's-
Yeah, I don't think he's like in the mid-level void anymore. I think Muzuko. My prediction for
he
next season.
ascended.
My prediction for next season is Muzuko top 5. That's my
I can
prediction.
see
Well,
it. Yeah.
I will say I
good drop kick
believe
from
that
Doug.
if you find an answer for Beam, because otherwise people are just gonna start picking Beam against.
He does. He plays the beam ditto.
Yeah, but, like, well, that's about as much of a coin toss for all the wrong reasons as wrestler versus wrestler. It's who J66
Ooh, great combo there from
after the other one.
Bim.
Like
After they
Muzuko
fell
and I
behind
literally
early in this
played,
game,
like-
Bim bringing it back with a
That
slight
did
lead.
so much damage. Why did that do so much damage?
That's Fighter. Fighter hurts a lot. Bim's been
Fighter
telling us this
indeed
character's good. So
Yeah,
that should kill.
Fighter's
Doesn't get the jump input,
Oh god.
but one more hit will do it for Doug. Good timing on the DP to get out of there, but heavy Tatsu will not work out. So Doug goes on a set point. Bim keeping it close, but gonna have to win 3 straight games here.
Hey Colgate, did you know that up grab is not disjointed?
Yeah, up grab is not disjointed at all. It's
It's actually inside wrestler's body.
yo, I swear to God,
His
I've
hurt
seen
box
that
is
thing.
farther inside his body, though.
I think
Yeah, no, I think that's what it is. I think
Yeah.
that it matches the animation, but then it has like shine syndrome,
yeah,
where he's just not there.
it has a yo-yo break spin syndrome, which is like the
Yes.
biggest offender of this in the game.
No,
Where
no, 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 no. Have you seen Shine? Look at the Shine
I have-
hitbox gif, and look at where Water's hurt box is. He jumps over his hurt box. I'm not joking. You can look at the gif. He literally jumps over his entire hurt box. His hurt box is a little tiny box on the ground that is entirely below his body. The hitbox
That's
like matches
really-
the animation, but the hurt box so completely doesn't that it's like 3 times more disjointed than it looks.
Yeah, I'll put it in Eternation.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna-
absurd.
That's amazing.
All right, so Bim going back to Bubbly. That last game was close, but they're gonna have to win 3 more in a row.
Yeah, Doug definitely found some secrets to this match. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, that's not okay.
I mean, Doug definitely gets stronger as time goes on in sets. That is one thing I've always been able to say about him since he started like playing well and like placing high, is he gets harder to beat the more you fight him.
It's just me. Do I feel like Doug obviously was always practicing, but like he
No.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Doug learned how to
Like, that's
lab
not
in like
true.
December, and then
and then decided not
became
to.
a top 5
Well,
player
not
in
labbing.
America.
well not labbing, but like he would play with y'all on stream like, pretty frequently.
He did
And
play a
yet-
lot, yeah.
Yeah, like one day he just decided to be like a really good player.
Yeah,
so
that's our
yeah,
fault.
there's a day where that happens.
There's literally a day
Where in a
that
group
happened.
chat that all 3 of us are in, me and Justin are both kind of like, hey Doug, you should like start thinking when you play fighting games. And he did, and now he's really good. And I can't believe
Well,
that
well.
worked the way it did.
Yeah, because like Zybon has been trying to do that for years. Like she's probably given it like 10 attempts over the years. I've given it at
I've
least
known
4 or
Doug
5.
for like 4 years
And,
and played Smash
like,
with him
none of
and other
them-
fighting games.
like none of those attempts from
Ooh,
either of
great
us
play
got
by
through.
Bim.
And then that day he was just like, I think I'll start playing. And like now we've got this shit.
And now
to
he
deal
like
with,
is
so-
as high as 4th on this season, maybe even 3rd. Like definitely top 5 though, like no lower than 5th. So So, yeah,
Fighters is the
it's,
game he chose to be good at.
it's crazy. We're
I'm-
wondering
dude,
if he's
I'm
just gonna play
so-
Smash like this when the world comes back too. And
Yeah, I'm
it's
so
crazy.
scared that like Smash is gonna come back and
Oh,
he's just gonna
God.
start beating me. Like that would make me so angry.
It'd be really funny. Who doesn't even play in Smash?
Bowser and Roy, and then Marth and Ike and Brawl.
Yo, he about a shield camp with Bowser M down. Yeah.
Oh, like he's always done that, but like now he does it better.
I did. Nah.
All right, so it's Doug's counter pick. Bim has to win 2 more games. They did clutch out that last one, but gonna have to win 2 games on Doug's counter pick. The first one is going to be on Butter. So can Bim extend the set and take us to a game 9, or will they fall out at 5th and Doug moves on to top 4?
Like as an unbiased commentator, I would love to see a game 9. This matchup
It's always
is-
fun to see game 9s, and this matchup is very entertaining. It's so explosive, so much happens.
Because well, it kind of has to happen. Otherwise, wrestler is not doing what wrestler.
Right, yeah. I mean, Wrestler has to make things happen.
Which I think is like the balance aspect of it. Is like he
Yeah.
has to.
He's very good at making things happen, but he's got to do it, or else he's just not gonna win.
I love how I just like posted a Shine GIF in Tourney General with no context and like no one noticed.
At this point, I think they just accept it. It's like, yeah, that's
Not in
part
character.
all right.
Like, it's not surprising for you. But yeah, like, look at that. Like, Colgate, look at that hurt box. Look where it is. He jumps
That's
over
great.
the entire hurt box. I was wondering why it beats things like Paradive Kick. Because, like, it visually doesn't look like it should, but it's because he's not there.
Yeah, it looks like I'm getting hit in the head, but I'm actually just not present.
Well, that's essentially what happens to Yo-Yo, because in break spin, he, stands above his Yo-Yo, but his hurt box is not where his actual body is. Because
Ooh, one more hit will do it for Doug. Good DI from him to stay alive, though. And a great crowd from Doug. That'll finish it out.
Oh,
So, Doug clutching it out. Close set, 5-3. But Bim does go out in 5th.